girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done.
RTA Motorsports. Hello everyone.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done.
RTA Motorsports. Hey everyone.
Hello everyone and welcome. Crash here. This is RTA Motorsports, and you can see I have the Pimax Crystal Super on my head. We're going to be testing it. We're actually, I just finished doing all the updates as far as the firmware updates on the headset as well as the controllers. We got it connected. It is running, and I'm just finishing up some last minute sort of updates on iRacing. iRacing just went through week 13. There's tons of like updates that I had to do to our system. So we're just finishing that up here, and I'm going to be kind of fine tuning and testing this headset for the first time with you all. I have put it on to verify that it's on in their normal compositor, but I haven't been in any games with it. And this really, I mean, I'm just finishing up some updates here. This is the first time we're actually going to be jumping into iRacing. I'm very excited to see what it looks like. Very excited to see how everything works, and hopefully my system is stable and my computer works, because we've had issues in the past with the computer actually running right. So we should have chat up and going. Let me just make sure. I know I did reply or I did write in chat a few times to make sure that the audio was working, but let's make sure visually everything is going there for chat. So it's a little bit easier to follow in the future. Yep, there we go. Okay.
Motorsports. Test.
All right. So that is working there. We should be good there. And let's see what sessions we have going on. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to be racing per se, but I definitely want to at least get on the track and let's test it, because I very much want to also test the system and make sure the system is good. Because in the past, I have actually had a hard drive issue recently, and I think it was due to that Windows update bug. And my hard drive was one of the affected hard drives. We've switched hard drives. to a hard drive that's somewhat known to have the effect from that Windows update. So, but so far, actually, the system seems to be running a lot better. So I'm super happy about that. But what I am going to do is get some setups going. And as you all kind of jump in, definitely let me know if you have any questions or any specific things you want me to test with this headset here. We are going to have a little bit of time to do some testing here today. So I'm very happy about that. Time is very valuable, so it's really nice to actually be able to get some racing in. I missed week 13, which was kind of a bummer. Let's see here. I'm thinking about jumping on track and testing the Nürburgring combined. There's actually racing going on through the iRacing GTE Sprint Series, which is crazy, and it's one of my favorite tracks. Not a track I would say I'm great at, but yeah, definitely one of my favorite tracks. And I do gotta say, like previously, ChatGPT has told me that the BMW and the Porsche 911 are kind of the best of this series. But I'm kind of wondering what it would say with racing this track. So I think that would be kind of fun. Let's do that real quick. And see what ChatGPT recommends, because the last time it recommended me a car and a track combination, it was actually pretty good. Hey ChatGPT, I'm going to be racing in the iRacing GTE Sprint Series. What car in iRacing GTE Sprint Series do you recommend running at the Nürburgring combined circuit?
Hey, so for the Nürburgring combined circuit in the iRacing GTE Sprint Series, I definitely recommend something that's got a good balance of stability and top end speed, because that combined circuit is a monster. It's super long and it's got a lot of variety. A lot of people really like the BMW M8 GTE there. It's pretty forgiving, it's got a nice stable platform, and it handles the Nordschleife section pretty well. Plus, it's got decent speed on those long straights. Of course, if you have a personal favorite and you feel comfortable in it, that matters too. But if you're looking for a recommendation, I'd say give the BMW M8 a shot.
All right. I think that's pretty definitive. So we're gonna give that a shot, I guess. I've never actually driven that car. And I wonder how accurate it's actually gonna be. Um huh. And I'm surprised it didn't give like recommendations for multiple cars as it's done in the past. So yeah. All right. So let's see. Season 3. I'm right now gonna be downloading the setups. Let's see, let's go to data packs. I'm using VRS. If you ever are interested in asking any questions about VRS, definitely let me know. I personally like VRS. Let's see, GTE Sprint Series, um, BMW M8, Nürburgring combined. Got the qualifying. Huh. Okay. That's weird. It's saying that they're only set. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. You could actually, so there's another service within VRS where it's called Apex Racing. I guess Apex Racing Academy or Apex Racing, where you could get their um, added on like another layer of setups, but it's at an additional cost. So, man, I can't believe we're already in season 4. This is crazy. It looks like they're all Apex add-ons. Huh. Oh, okay. I see what I did. I actually selected Apex as a as a filter, so that's my fault. There we go. Nürburgring. There we go. There's the setups. Right. I wish there was an easier way to kind of just download the setups and it would go right into the correct files. That's probably the only thing that is a little bit annoying with setups. You have to go to your...
Courtney McGregor, gaming with UNC. Question, brother.
Yeah.
How do you change the world scale for VR in iRacing?
Changing the world scale. I haven't actually had to do that in years. What headset are you using? Like, and why do you want to change the world scale? That's actually kind of what I'm probably most curious about. Normally, I can tell you, like, for most headsets, I put the headset on. You know, nowadays, set up my room scale, jump in the rig, and once I jump into the car, as long as I get my 0 position set, I mean, the wheel and the scale of the world always feels accurate. But I'm kind of curious what your use case is. I think in OpenXR, though, there's actual settings for that. But I'm really curious what you're using it for. All right, so let's go to documents. iRacing cars. I've actually never really driven this car too much. When it first came out, I think I was using it in the BMW series that they had. But that was pretty much it. Yeah, I don't even have setup saved in here. Okay. All right, so we're gonna be jumping in. Got a little tip from if you missed it. We asked ChatGPT what car does it recommend in this iRacing series at this track, and it says the BMW M8 GTE. So again, not really one that I run, but it's one that we're gonna run now, and we're gonna be jumping into a practice session to make sure everything is working the way it should. So let's see, jumping into this one.
Courtney McGregor, gaming with UNC. The crystal light. It's like insane of the car looks really big.
Oh, okay. Huh. You know, I actually didn't notice that myself. Interesting. Okay. Let's go into the iRacing settings and let's see once we get in if there's any settings regarding that. I think so. If you go to, so I take it you're using OpenXR. If you're using OpenXR, there is a file within. Actually, let me go there right now. There is a file within iRacing. Back in the early
Courtney
days of
McGregor, gaming with UNC. Inside asterisk.
yeah, I knew what you meant. Let's see. So if you go to program files, 86, and then iRacing, and then I think it's shader. Back in the day, we had to mess with this file all the time, manually. I think it's shaders DirectX. No, it's not shaders DirectX 11. Where is it? Actually, in here. All right, it's actually in. So if you go to program files, go to iRacing, go to Where are you? There's the open VR ones. Should be an open XR
Norman
file
Robinson.
within here.
Greetings from the Bermuda Islands. Smiling face with sunglasses, thumbs up, medium dark skin tone.
What's going on, Norman? How's it going? Long time no see, man. So there is a file within here. I'm going to have to find it and then let you know exactly where to find it later on. But I could have sworn it was under... Let's see. Yeah, I'll look it up. But I know there is open XR settings. There's a sub menu you could actually open up. And from within there, there's a lot of settings you can mess with. But OpenXR in iRacing, if you're using iRacing, does have a subfolder. I see the Open VR one. I don't see the OpenXR one. Not really sure why. And then from within there, you could set a lot of settings, including world scale, if I remember correctly, because I think we had to set that for like the Samsung Odyssey, the first one. Let me see if Pimax has anything in there. I don't think Pimax does. Wow. Okay, so that's a different menu in iRacing. Let's get this switched over so that way you could all see what we're seeing.
Courtney McGregor, gaming with UNC.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll let you
cool.
know. Yeah, I'll post it in my community tab once I find exactly how to do it. So that way, I'm sure that's going to be helpful for others. If you're experiencing that, I'm sure others are probably going to be experiencing something similar. And we're in. I still...
Norman Robinson. I've been here, mate. Grinning face with sweat, just happy to finally catch one of your live streams.
Awesome.
Thumbs up, medium dark skin tone, 100 points. Okay, hand medium skin tone. How goes the Pimax Super?
So the Supra, Supra. I don't know why I just said Supra. The Super so far, we haven't tried it. We're just about to put it on for the first time right now. It was an easy setup considering we already had the software installed. Everything was good there, but yeah, let's get it on and let's see. So right now, I paused there for a second because whenever you put this headset on, it holds, like, it tells you exactly where to put the headset because it's tracking your eyes, and then it automatically sets itself to your IPD, which is really, really cool. So, wow, this menu is totally different. I can see 0 needs to be reset. Oh, no.
Cars and coffees. What up?
What's going on, Jesse? This menu is crazy, this new menu they have going on. But I'm loving this IPD automatic setting. That's really, really cool. I can tell you so far, everything looks really good. There's a little shimmering in the distance, and that's just like render resolution. That's not the headset itself. Like when I'm looking underneath the Goodyear sign or any vertical lines in the distance, I could see them shimmering a little bit. So I may have to like tweak the render resolution to try to get that to be as high as possible without really killing my performance. I can see FPS is struggling a little bit. We're going from like 70 to 45. This is an 8K headset. This has the QLED screens. I know they just announced they're going to be coming out with their OLEDs, which is absolutely crazy. On the unboxing, we were talking about that a little bit. Sound is working. We do have their upgraded headphones, which are really, really cool. And so far, they're sounding really good too. See, so there's voice chat, AI spotter. Oh, there's a lot new like things going on in here. Wow. Okay, the menus are totally different in iRacing. This is going to be a lot to kind of deal with, but let's just get on the track and let's see how it works, because we are noticing already some like FPS related issues. Well, hopefully it's not issues, but they are going down. It is going into reprojected, which I kind of expected because I am running it a little bit higher.
Matching car and track data found in Sim Experience database. Profile modified.
All right, so it says pit speed limit up there, 37. Let's make sure. All right, the car audio is coming through the way it should. Wow. Okay. Everything looks really good. In
Norman
the distance,
Robinson. Is this the ultra-wide version with 140 degrees FOV? Thinking face.
So I don't know if this one has 140 degrees FOV. It does have a wider FOV than what I'm noticing my Crystal Light has.
Speed is 37 miles per hour.
Oh, we actually did not set the I don't know how I'm feeling about this new UI. It kind of looks a little bit like some of the other Sims that are out there in a way. I like the dark like the night mode of it. But yeah, like I was saying, as far as the FOV, I think it's like 130 something. I don't know if it's 140. I know they just announced their OLED, which you could actually just drop in from what I'm understanding. I think it's a module you could just put into this headset, almost like an insert, but this one's a Q LED, and I think it's like 138 or 137 degree FOV. And right now I'm running it on its large FOV lab. It says lab next to it instead of the normal FOV. I'm trying to figure out exactly how to... Oh, there we go. My setups. And we're going to click on the race setup. Open. So how's this all looking to you guys? Is it like way off to one side? It is. Okay. So let's see if we can fix that real quick. Let's actually... Looks like I tried to fix it before. The way I mainly like try to fix it as much as I can is by zooming in. If you guys are ever trying to live stream yourself or really record, I just do my best with zooming in. I don't know why it's snapping all over the place though. And then I kind of set it.
Norman Robinson. It's all ceiling at the moment.
Yeah.
Grinning face with sweat 100 points, thumbs up, medium dark skin tone.
Let's try that. So, interesting. From my position, it looks really good. And I guess you guys are seeing more of the ceiling. May have to zoom it in some more. So it's going to affect kind of like the perceived resolution for you guys. But you guys let me know how it looks once we start getting going. But I think that's probably going to be the best bet here.
Cape exit is clear. Don't cross the line.
We do have like some like I know I was experiencing it in the crystal light, but I am experiencing some like artifacting of like different textures like popping up right in front of my face here and there, and
Courtney
that's
McGregor,
normally
gaming with UNC. The game is not centered.
Let's see. Oh, it's more so looking at the steering wheel. Oh yeah. All right, let's go back to the pits here. Maybe I zoomed it in a little too
Cars
far.
and coffees. Focus is towards wheel. Norman Robinson. You were looking good earlier, Crash.
How's that looking?
Norman Robinson. That's better now.
All right, good, good, good. Thank you for letting me know, like, really soon. But I am getting some, like, visual artifacting that I experienced in some tracks. With the crystal light, I am getting that here, which kind of points to my GPU. Almost like as if I'm overclocking the GPU way far. So I am going to have to kind of check out some of the settings, some of the graphic settings, but it's running smooth. Even though it says 53, 60 FPS, it is feeling really smooth. I do have motion compensation working right now, thank goodness. And we're using Sim Racing Studio for the motion as well as motion compensation. Oh man, these headphones are so much better than the ones that come stock. All right, before we actually go down the Nürburgring, let's go back to the pits and let's see if we can adjust some of the graphical settings, because I can see that the headset itself is capable of so much more. And we are getting a little bit of like artifacting, and it's just not looking too good. So let's see. We got max quality. Let's do lower it down to high frame rate. And is there an apply and close? Yeah. Let's see what that looks like. And then I'm also going to go to my Pimax Play software. I'm going to adjust this a little bit too. So right now I'm putting the image quality up a little bit. GPU scaling. Oh, we didn't. We do have that on. Okay, let's put that to balance. May have to restart the sim for that to take effect.
Courtney McGregor, gaming with UNC. Are you using the Pimax mic?
No, I'm not. I'm actually using my condenser microphone right here. We definitely can.
Cars and coffees. A B-17 Flying Fortress just flew over your house.
Really? Oh man.
Norman Robinson. What are you running these days? Thinking Face Founders Edition 5090 maybe? Man
No,
shrugging medium skin tone.
no, I'm not. Let's go to performance. That I'm actually still running a 4090. CPU is the RTX. I mean, not the RTX. The AMD Ryzen 7950 X3D. We're like a generation behind, and I'm running the Zotac 4090. Make sure. No, Steam VR is not on. We still have that. So the issue that I'm experiencing right now, and I experienced
Cars
it
and
when we
copies.
first had.
They are doing flights out of McClellan today. A B-25 has flown over multiple times today.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. The issue that I'm having is it doesn't look as crystal clear as it probably should. And that is purely because I actually just stopped iRacing. That's purely because of the render resolution of the title itself. And I think it has something to do with the updates, because in the Pimax Crystal Light, we had a lot better render resolution. It looked a lot better. And I have a feeling this is... I'm actually going to put the FOV back to normal. And I have a feeling it's just purely because of the update and everything that kind of happened with the update. Maybe a lot of graphical settings got, I don't know, reset. But I want to make sure that everything is looking good and performing good. Let's see. I'm actually going to set the refresh rate to 72. So some of the settings that it has, it only does 90 frames per second as far as the headset itself. Right now I'm restarting the headset because I just set it to 72. I do have quad views on, which has to do
Norman
with the
Robinson.
eye tracking.
So the 5090 would likely get rid of the graphics challenges you're experiencing in the distance. Flexed biceps medium skin tone.
More than likely, yes. But the thing is, I'm actually... So the texture issue I thought was an iRacing thing. And when I moved my hard drives around, I reinstalled iRacing. The texture issue, it may be just related to my hard drive. I mean, my GPU not doing well. It may fix that. But I noticed it only on certain tracks. I forgot what the other track was, but I'm a little bummed to see that kind of showing now. The DFR, if anyone is... Let me go to... So they have common settings in here, which is pretty cool too, in the Pimax app, where you could just like set it to something that a lot of people just use. And let's try that. Let's see. I actually don't see iRacing listed in here, but they do have Set of Corsa Competizione. Smoothing. All right, let's just give this a shot. Let's see what this looks like.
Norman Robinson.
We're gonna join
Go
back
on
in.
upgrade mate. Thumbs up medium dark skin tone grinning face with sweat.
No, I very well may. So for the 5090, has stock actually like leveled out? Can you actually get one now? I haven't looked. I know they came out a long time ago, but honestly, I haven't looked because for a while there, the 4090 was serving me just fine. And the Pimax Crystal Light, that is a beast of a headset, but I do love the automatic nature of this headset, as far as like automatically setting your IPD, telling you whether or not you're wearing the headset correctly or not. That's all really cool features. All right, so we're going back into iRacing right now, so we should be loaded up in just a second. And I'm sure with just a little bit of research online, there's going to be someone that has like recommended settings, because you could actually set the render resolution in the headset independently. There's presets where you could go to like custom and do whatever you want with it. And that's kind of what we did with the Pimax Crystal Light. It's probably what I'm going to have to do with this to really kind of get the most out of it. But this is the 50 ppd or pixels. What is it? Pixels per. Oh man, now I forgot the abbreviation again. But it's the 50 ppd QLED model. They do have a 52. Now they're coming out with an OLED that you could pre-order. All right, this looks a little bit better. Jump into practice. It is holding to 70 a little bit better. We're at like 69, 71, 73, 72. Motion is not working.
Okay, the exit is clear. Get what you can.
That's weird. That motion isn't working. That's okay though. Let's just get going. I haven't experienced the artifacts yet. Just wondering why motion isn't working of all things. As well as like the seatbelt actuators aren't working. Yeah, things actually look quite a bit better. And they're running a lot better. I'm still holding 70 frames per second. All right, let's see if we could turn on the motion. I'm not really sure what I did, but motion does not seem to be running right now. Yeah, the software is completely turned off. Very weird. Yeah, I also got an error with my...
Matching car and track data found in Sim Experience database.
So now Sim Experience just started
Profile
working
modified.
again. It said that there was an error connecting to it. And now, I guess motion is going now in the rig. All right, there we go. Perfect. Let's get back on track. Let's go. Nope, motion isn't working. What is happening? This is so strange. If motion doesn't work, that's not really a big deal. We'll just leave it alone. There we go. There we go. All right, now everything just kicked in. Boom. I love it. There we go. Without motion, if you're used to racing in motion, it feels like you're racing without sound almost. You kind of count on it. So it does look a lot better. It's performing without the visual artifacts that I was experiencing before. But there is still like some shimmering and some not great texture quality. And it's not the fault of the headset. The headset, like, I could actually see like the rendering issues because the headset's so clear. You cannot see, which is insane. You can't see the pixels anymore. Couldn't really tell them at all with the Pimax Crystal Light. This even further, you can't see. Can't see the pixels. This is an absolute incredible experience. But I feel like clarity-wise, with the shimmering, that there is more room that can be, or more improvements that can be made as far as really optimizing the render resolution to look better. I'm really happy I have motion compensation working now. With the Crystal Light, I couldn't get it working, and there's actually a setting that if you want to mount your controller to your rig, you can actually do that, but you have to make sure there's like no movement in how that rig or how that controller is mounted, because any little vibrations would cause the controller to basically mess with your vision, because it's compensating off what that controller is experiencing. You don't want extra shakes. So far, so good, though. It's actually working really well. BMW is, at least it feels as forgiving as it was saying, as far as ChatGPT's recommendation. We got debris on the track. Is that the debris I was talking about? I'm aware. All right, so let's go back and let's see what we can get done as far as. Look at this, FPS just dropped to like 37 for whatever reason. Let's see what we could get done with. No, not in here. It's gonna take me a little bit to really get used to this UI. Ours, let's put this to high. I really want to adjust the graphical settings and kind of see what we could get done here. Sky and clouds, let's leave that low. Cars, let's put that to high. Pit objects, low. Event, low. Grandstands, low. Turn the crowds off. Objects, low. Foliage, low. I like two pass trees. Oh, I was adjusting the replay, not even Did it do the same thing? I think it's already preset to where I wanted it. You can actually turn off pillars now. That's crazy. Light detail. I think let's just give that. Oh, dynamic level of detail is on. Um, I'm going to put this all the way down. I'm not really sure if this is causing an issue at all, but shader quality, let's put this to medium. And let's give that a try. Oh, session's over. Okay, so we got to go in a different practice session. It's a shame there's no iRacing UI in VR. That would be awesome. Let's withdraw from that event. And let's get into another practice session here. Well, hopefully everyone's having a great weekend. I'm glad, like, at least the PC is holding together and we're staying online. That's that's a big improvement over in the past. All right, there we go. So now it's launching. We'll get back in the rig as well. We'll change the view as soon as the sim loads.
Norman Robinson. Remember some time back you demoed hand tracking. Does Pimax have this feature?
So
face.
I do not know if I do remember that, and that was through virtual desktop. So I don't think this would work because the I always want to say Oculus, the Meta headset streams through virtual desktop to the PC, and the headset itself has its own app that communicates your hand position. So I think it's all through that. I don't know if virtual desktop will work in that way, because I think with like Steam VR or OpenXR, it would be basically just like a video player type deal. I'm not really sure. And I'm not sure if there's another app that actually works in that fashion. But yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. It was definitely, it had a long ways to go as far as definitely being able to set your position, because like your hands would be in one place and the wheel is kind of in another, and you had to like really adjust your zero to try to make it work. It would be kind of cool if there was some sort of like zero, like holding zero, but let's see. Oh, okay. It's not really tracking too well right now. I am getting 73 frames per second, but motion is definitely super delayed. What is that about?
Norman Robinson. So no flipping the bird option as yet?
No.
Grinning face with sweat.
No, we are back in the rig, by the way, but yeah, no flipping the bird option, but there is, oh, it looks like it just came back. Nope. In the headset, the motion is like super delayed, and that would be nausea inducing in no time. There it goes. It just came back, and now it's gone again. I wonder what is causing that. Huh. Restart the sim. Oh, that actually kind of hurt my eyes a little bit. And I'm kind of curious to see if, I wonder if there's an issue with iRacing right now going on, or Pimax going on with sim tools. I mean, sim experience, because their software kind of crashed again. So I wonder if there's some sort of conflict there that's kind of causing what I'm experiencing. I mean, that would be heartbreaking if there is. But and I would definitely reach out to Sim Experience to see if we could get some sort of fix in place. It's still doing this like really weirdly delayed tracking. Wonder why it's doing that. Let me cover up the cameras. See if it fixes. Like I turn my head and then literally 2 seconds later the image moves. It's less than a second, but yeah, it's not tracking correctly at all. Oh, there it goes. It just started and it's gone again. Wow. What is happening? Let's go in the car and see if this has to do with like...
Matching car and track data found
Oh no,
in
I'm
Sim
like
Experience
way...
database. Profile
So this might be
modified.
related to motion compensation through sim tools. I mean, sim experience. Wow, I cannot think. Sim Racing Studio. Let's see if that is causing any sort of conflict. Let's quit out of there. No, you see, like I move my head, and then it moves. That could make you sick immediately. So let's... I hate to do this again. Let's get out of the sim, and I'm gonna have to restart the headset, and see if that's resolved. And I'm getting this error again. One or more errors attempt to communicate with AccuForce. Wow, what's happening? Restart the service. And then also going to reboot the headset itself. It's nice that at least you have those options right within the software to do that. You don't have to unplug and replug things back in. All right, there it goes. It's already back online. Controllers have paired back up. Join in. Open XR. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you for hanging out with me, guys, as we're kind of all going through this together. If you have any questions or any recommendations, definitely let me know. I really want to make sure that we're getting this figured out. Could also just be that I'm running out of memory. Let's see. Let's go to Task Manager. And let's see what we're looking like memory-wise. Performance. GPU's only at 31%. Let's see when iRacing actually loads up. My memory is at like 20 out of my 30 gigs for my RAM. But I wonder if just the fact that I'm streaming kind of has anything to do with it. Good. All right, we're back in, and tracking seems to be 1-to-1 now. Beautiful. All right. Let's get on the track. Re-zero that. So like the text right now, I can tell you all, it's not super... I could read it, it's definitely legible, but it's not super sharp. And you can tell it's the resolution of what's being shown to me, not the headset itself. Because if I look at any of the textures, like it's very hard to explain. It's not like I can see any pixels. It just looks like the resolution's kind of poor.
Matching car and track data found in Sim Experience database. Profile modified.
All right, now that we got the car going, get Sim Tools going again.
Norman Robinson. Always, Crash, thumbs up medium dark skin tone. Thanks for sharing your experiences with us, Joe Public. Smiling face with sunglasses 100 points okay hand medium skin tone.
No worries at all. That's what I try to do is be as upfront and blunt as possible. Again, you know, they sent us these headsets for review, but that's not going to affect my opinion of anything. And I'm not really sure why the other pieces of software that I'm running are having issues, like the Sim Experience software here. Again, it could be a conflict between the two, or it could just be my PC. So I'm just restarting all the other pieces of software. Maybe
Courtney McGregor, gaming with UNC.
my NIS
What is
is
your
set.
NIS set to?
So right now it is set. I kind of messed around with it a little bit, and that could be pretty much all my issue right there. Because I think you have helped me big time in the past really get this thing, as far as the Crystal Light, getting that working really well. Let's see. GPU upscaling. I have it set to quality. I could go to custom. I just don't know, like, what are the settings I should be using. I'm glad we're not getting that graphical like anomaly anymore on the page. I don't know what that was about or why that was happening, but I am very glad we're not getting that anymore.
Matching car and track data found in Sim Experience database. Profile modified.
Man, this track is cloudy. Got everything working now, and it actually feels really good. I think from now on, I'm gonna turn everything on once I'm in the sim itself. Shouldn't really have to do that, but we're holding 72
Courtney
frames per
McGregor,
second.
Gaming with UNC. Balance will help, but will definitely change the quality.
Oh, okay. Everything seems to be running really good now. I'm still holding 73, 72 frames per second. Not really sure what was causing all those performance issues before, but it definitely still doesn't look as sharp as I want it to. I'm still getting some aliasing in the distance on the edges of different things. Like I should be able to read certain texts and everything, and I could tell, like I could actually visually see the aliasing, not that it's a pixel related thing, so it's not the headset. And I could see like the text on certain signs go from like low resolution to high resolution when I get close to it, so that's a little weird. So I would definitely want to get this sharper, but it's looking a lot better now, and actually working a lot better now. But this is like the fine tuning that needs to happen.
How do the seat belts feel, and what product are you using?
So the seat belts are the Sim Experience G belt, because I'm already using their wheel, the AccuForce Pro V2. I decided to go with the G belt. Reached out to the company that has native support with the Sim Racing Studio software, which works with my ProSimu motion rig, and they gave me kind of a weird response, where, you know, because I wanted to just try one and review it, but they were very adamant that they were competitors with my motion rig company, which they don't, at least at the time, they didn't make seatbelt actuators. And I think they make it like part of one of their rigs. So it's not like a standalone device now. This is going back about a year and a half ago, so I thought that was a little odd. And I think, you know what? Sim Experience, I'm already using their wheel. Why not just use their seatbelt actuator setup as well? But it's all within their Sim Experience software. So I am running a few pieces of software, which is not the cleanest way to do it. Oh, this is running so much better, guys. It's still hanging out at 72 frames per second. I think the one setting I did mess with, I think that just kind of helped me out big time, is the dynamic, man, what is that called? The dynamic level of detail in iRacing. I lowered that way down to like 30 frames per second. Because I think it was like kind of competing with like the frame rate of the VR headset, and like changing the detail that I was seeing. You can see Jason Jones is ahead of us a little bit. I definitely need to increase the size of some of these the black box items, because some of them are kind of small, but I think as we fix the render resolution issue with iRacing, everything's going to look a lot clearer. Like my dashboard, I could read everything and it all looks really good, but it definitely could be better, and we're holding 73 frames per second just fine. Mirrors look great. Oh man, I am so happy I got the motion compensation working. It really does make a difference with a motion rig. You don't feel like you're coming out of your seat constantly. But I really love the belts. To answer your question, Norman, it does add a little bit more immersion as far as kind of feeling some G-forces. That's kind of how I have it set up, is to really manage G-forces and road texture as far as bumps. So anything that would kind of throw you up into your belts, I have it set to do that. Oh, this is phenomenal. Took a little bit
Norman
of
Robinson.
problem solving.
Are you using a with motion sensor for motion compensation?
I am.
Thinking face.
Yep, I am. And it connects to my I keep wanting to say Sim Experience, my Sim Racing Studio software. And it works actually really well. I do gotta say, it works really well. You just have to really make sure you mount it in a way that it's not going to be susceptible to vibrations, where it's going to be moving independently of your rig. You really want to make sure you're mounting it to a solid portion of your rig where it's now one with your rig, because any vibrations translate into visual sort of movement issues. Oh my gosh. We do have a car that is 40 seconds behind us. I may wait a little bit to kind of be able to run with someone. On this front stretch here, I'll pull over. I really want to see how it works with another car being rendered right next to us. So let's pull over here. And I know we're like in the pit entrance. Hopefully this guy's not going to try to come in. Now he's 58 seconds behind. May have crashed because it stopped. 56, 38. I think he's kind of pinging in and out. So we're waiting for Garth Hayes. 38 seconds back. We do have... It looks like someone's maybe going backwards on the track. I don't know why. This is like not working right. It looks like the time is going up for the cars behind me. 58, 59. That's the relative. Why is it 2, 3? Why is it counting up? It's almost like they're going in the wrong direction.
Norman Robinson.
Which they could be.
Wow. Smiling face with sunglasses that looked really fast on the straightaway.
Oh
Winky
yeah,
face.
and it felt every bit of it too. I love here when you're braking and the belts kind of squeeze against you and you really feel like you're going against sort of gravity. I wonder where these guys are. Time is again saying 59, 60. A lot of this, now it's saying 1 second and it's counting up again. Very weird. Now that's iRacing. This is not the headset at all, right? So while we're waiting for someone, let's go to Edit UI. I'm gonna drag the lights down a little bit. I kind of like the lights there. I wonder if we could... Pit lane speed. I want my penalties to be there in the middle. Actually, I'm gonna put my penalty up here. Can't really adjust the size of the items. Oh yeah, you can right here. UI zoom. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. For my old eyes, I need it. Put that right below the mirror. Okay, I like that. Cool. I'm really liking this. All right, lock UI. Good. Well, that's nice. It's like right here on the top left, you could actually adjust your UI settings. That is pretty neat. And I think just for the ease for you all, I'm going to move the frames per second right here, a little bit easier spot. Hopefully you could all see that. If not, we will make adjustments. You let me know if you could actually see that in the top right. Maybe hard to see. I do have an independent VR counter in the headset itself. Now it's saying -16, -15. All right, so maybe they're actually coming now because this is positive. 5, 4. There we go. All right, I see them. I'm gonna go. So that's another BMW M8. Now our tires are nice and cold. Not really great, but a piece of rubber just flew off the back of his car. Gareth Hayes is starting to pull away from us. But it is definitely running really, really nice. Feel like I should be able to put this back on 90 frames per second. No problems at all. Woo! Debris on the track. Let's see. Hitting the limiter a little bit there. Let's go, let's go. These headphones, the upgraded headphones, by the way, are absolutely phenomenal. The bass, the tone, the sound of the car, they sound so good. These are awesome. I think they're the DMAS option. Compared to the audio being blown over your ear that you experience in like the Meta Quest or the stock versions of the headset, these sound so good. And I know right now.
How is your eye strain experience with the new headset? Thinking face, does the VR feel more natural?
So the VR does feel more natural. The only thing I'm experiencing, but actually first let me go back to the headphones. I think right now they're doing a special where they're including the upgraded headphones if you get the Super, by the way. And then I do want to say the Crystal Super does have the automatic IPD, and it does automatically tell you where to put the headset on your head. When you first take it off and you put it back on, it tells you immediately where the ideal positioning is. So your eyes do feel a lot better because it is adjusting itself to your eyes in real time, which is really awesome. So there's no chance of you like forgetting your IPD and putting something in and then accidentally putting the wrong figure. My eyes feel completely comfortable. And it does have eye tracking with dynamic foveated rendering. I don't know if it's working. That's definitely something I want to examine further to see if that's actually working. Man, ChatGPT, I think, was really right with me choosing this car. Although I'm not as fast as Gareth. Gareth is using the same car. This car is an absolute, like,
Courtney McGregor,
stable
gaming
monster
with
on this
UNC.
track.
If I go to the Crystal Super and I already have the light, will I have to pay for the software again?
So that's something that I'm asking them. You're referring to the Pimax software, right? Because I did get like a pop-up stating like trial information, or there's a one-time charge that I could pay. So I want to know exactly how that works. And I'm going to talk about that in my review going forward, and like what's the difference, right? And I think I did get a pop-up with a price, probably because I didn't put like how I obtained the headset. So we'll see exactly how that works out. But I don't know. I honestly do not know, and that's a great question for me to ask them, and I'll address it in the review. I'm going to try to write it down so I don't forget. But I want to know like how their software works. But they do have an upgrade event going on, where depending on what headset you have, you could put in what headset you purchased with proof of purchase, and they'll give you a discount on upgrading the headset itself. And guys, even though I'm an affiliate right now of Pimax, I'm gonna let you know what problems I'm experiencing, and I'm very open to, like, I still want to explore other headsets and really try what's out there now, because I was not aware VR is at this level now. So I would love to try other newer headsets out there and really make a comparison, because this is probably my best VR experience I've ever had, hands down. So, you know, comparing it to any other headset, this is incredible. I gotta say that the Crystal Light is an amazing headset. That is a beautiful headset, and so far I haven't been able to really like push the resolution of this headset to really experience the Super for what it is, right? This is a very similar experience that I'm experiencing with the Lite. Although the FOV does seem bigger, the eye tracking is definitely a nice touch. I just don't know if it's working in iRacing. I haven't seen anything that's like obviously telling me.
It's just 7:59.
I haven't experienced anything that's telling me that it's working, or showing me that it's working. And that may be like the way that it works is like it's behind the scenes.
Me too.
I mean, you really don't want to know that eye tracking is working, right? It should work so seamlessly that it just works and you don't notice it. That's the point of it. But I was told that it is now working in iRacing, and I would love to know how to possibly turn it on or prove that it's working to really see the effect. But one thing I do want to get is that render resolution up there, so that way text is a lot more defined.
Norman Robinson. I saw somewhere online that they have ACC plus reshape mode out there. Could you try that at some point to possibly experience photographic VR? Thinking face.
They have a what? An ACC. Let me read that. We actually experienced, for whatever reason, the Pimax like safety boundary just came up, and I'm not really sure why that just came up. That's kind of why we spun off track, because now I see a grid around me right now. Not really tracking the controllers. That might be it. This might just be like an iRacing thing. All right, so let's. You saw somewhere online that they have an ACC Plus reshade mode out there. Could you try it at some point to possibly experience photographic VR? Now, is that only for ACC, or is this for like reshade for all sims? And do you have to use Steam VR? That's my other question, because I really don't want to use Steam VR if I don't have to. All right, let's see if we could actually shut off. This is strange. Never experienced the controllers not tracking. Now the controllers are not tracking. The buttons are working, it's just they're not tracking at all. And oh, you know what? Okay, it's because I restarted the service, I think. Let's see. It is really easy to pair and unpair the controllers. So you just, there's a button on here with 3 lines. You hold that in B on one controller, hold that with Y on the other controller. It puts it in pairing mode and it automatically pairs to the headset. Let's see if they are still not tracking. So let's maybe restart the headset. Let's see. Also, I want to mess with some iRacing settings, really get that resolution looking good. It's just the menus are so different. It's going to be kind of GPU upscaling. I'm almost kind of curious to turning it off. Let's turn it off and let's just see what that looks like. I'm also going to put image quality to high. And sharpness, enhances edge and detail clarity for better image quality, available only when GPU upscale is set to none. So sharpness is set to 0. I don't know where this needs to go. I'm gonna put it on the first tick, which is 0.2. Let's put that there. Also going to go back to 90 frames per second. And the cool thing too is you could really adjust. I know this is completely from left field, but you could adjust the light bar color on the headset itself. Let's go back to, you can see right now it's like a light blue. We could go right now. Let's see, where is apply? That should be a dark blue. We got green, or we could set a custom color. Right now, red. You could like mix other colors into it So now we kind of got a yellow, we got green and red together, kind of making a golden yellow. That's a bright yellow. So you can really set it to like the color of your channel, which is pretty cool. But let's just set it back to blue. So I got IPD tracking going. I'm going to put quad views on ultra. And I think that's it. Let's give that a try. Let's jump back into the practice session and let's see what that looks like. But yeah, I'm definitely down to try reshade. I haven't been in ACC in a long time. I thought ACC looked absolutely beautiful the way it was. Join. The nice thing about like it telling you where to put the headset on your face is a lot of times I feel like it's in a comfortable...
Norman Robinson. If you remember my reasons for sim racing, I always try to escape small Bermuda via this great VR experience. Winking face.
Try to escape beautiful Bermuda. I don't know why. It's absolutely gorgeous there. There's no reason. Wow. Okay. I think I figured it out, guys. There's something I just changed. So in the compositor for Pimax, you're like on a moon planet and you see like planets around you. It normally has a little bit of like aliasing on the mountains in the distance. There was no aliasing. It looked crystal clear. I wonder if we just figured it out. I wonder if we just did it. I think it has to do, well, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see when we're in the track on the car. Oh, in the track on the car. On the track in the car. I don't know what's going on. The controllers are still not tracking. I don't know. Yes, maybe I gotta like restart the software or something, but kind of strange. They are paired to the headset. The buttons are working, but it's not really doing much. So it looks like it's holding 90 frames per second. All right, let's see. I am super excited right now. Okay, it does look a little bit better. I'm still getting some shimmering in the distance.
Matching car and track data found in Sim Experience database. Profile modified.
It does look a lot better. We are getting... All right, that artifact just came. I don't know if that was a one-shot deal. But let's see, it is, the FPS is jumping around. And I am... But it does look a little bit better. It's just I could tell the render resolution still isn't there yet. Okay. Let's go into... But the text looks a little bit better. So there's something that we did that made a little bit of a difference. I like that the UI is a little bit bigger. Let's go to display.
Cars and coffees. Think I'm going to run some Ringmeister series in a little while.
There you go. Oh. So wait, hold on. Okay. Show eye tracking. Allow. Oh, you got to be kidding me. This is the eye tracking settings. Okay, it says. So Jesse, if you're going to be running the ring mice, what cars are they running there? So VR mode. Stereo is a standard for stereoscopic rendering for VR. If you have issues with other VR modes, try falling back to this. Single pass stereo is optimized for a technique that aims to reduce the performance overhead of traditional stereo rendering by drawing the scene for both
Cars
eyes at
and
the same
coffees.
time.
Toyota GR86.
Oh, that's got to be fun. You can actually have battles on the track instead of like the M8 that I'm driving taking up the whole track.
Norman Robinson. It also appears to look better in the stream now. Thinking face text is a lot better looking now.
Interesting. Okay. But we found the VR settings and there is allow eye tracking, which we didn't have on. That was grayed out. Okay, so single pass stereo or foveated. So we have to have foveated on. Foveated, let's read this, is a performance optimization technique that renders the area you're directly looking at a high resolution while reducing the resolution in the peripheral vision and saves processing power and increased frame rates. If your video card supports foveated rendering, this is the recommended for VR mode. So I wasn't doing this with the Pimax Crystal Light, and I definitely was not doing this here. So let's see. Let's allow eye tracking. If we show eye tracking, I wonder what that's going to look like. I'm just going to leave these to be. So it's all going to, like, I think, require restart. Yeah, it's going to require restart. So let's apply this. And then we'll also go back to settings. Another thing I noticed too is this resolution was kind of lower.
Norman Robinson. This should increase the frame rate. Thinking face.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm just going to put everything on balanced. Virtual mirror off. Cockpit mirrors. So I'm just kind of adjusting some things right now. I definitely want to take that. Where is it? It's the level of detail. It may be so. It's so crazy that they changed their menu system completely. Yeah, motion blur off. But definitely cars, we want to keep that on high detail. And NVIDIA Reflex, what is this? Reduces system latency while running the simulation, which makes the simulation more responsive to your controls, but also comes at a cost. If you have NVIDIA graphics card that supports Reflex, it's recommended to leave this setting on. If this is enabled, max pre-rendered frames will be disabled. We'll enable it. I mean, I don't know what it's going to do. May not be good for VR, but we'll give it a try. I'm changing so many variables at the same time, which is not really a good thing. All right, cool. Apply it. We are going to have to quit out of it. It says we need a restart. So yes, quit. And then we're going to join right back in and let's take a look. And hopefully this looks absolutely incredible. I'm so hopeful. Like too hopeful. If you haven't seen my unboxing video, please definitely take a look. It helps me out. The goal is, and I'm going to be, once we post this video here, I'll post my affiliate links down below. If you're interested in a Pimax headset or anything like that, definitely use those links below. It's going to help me out and help the channel out, so that way we could purchase more things for reviewing. But also, as we grow the channel, it's going to give the channel a little bit more validity as I'm reaching out to companies to try to obtain items for review. And again, I try to take you all for the ride here, just give you my unbiased opinion. If there's problems, we experience it in real time. I can't tell you how many times we were racing and the computer shut down, and I left the video out there because I want you all to kind of experience and see, you know, what we were actually experiencing. I don't like to edit too much, so that way the real issues are actually coming to light. But so far, I think we're kind of getting there with this headset and fine tuning together. All right. Are you guys seeing that box in the middle? You are. Okay. So that is where my eyes are looking. Oh, that is cool.
Norman Robinson. What is the price of the headset you have on now as configured? Thinking face, thanks.
So if I remember correctly, I think this headset's around like 17 or 1800. It's a pretty pricey headset. The Pimax Crystal Lite is like 800 if I remember correctly. Definitely the Crystal Lite is like the biggest bang for the buck. That box is kind of distracting, but that's where it's saying my eyes are looking.
That is super cool. Matching car and
Let's
track
see.
data found in
Okay.
experience database. Profile modified.
So things in the car definitely look better. How does it look as far as, is everything lined up? But yeah, you could actually see, like, it is tracking my eyes. That is where I'm looking. That is super cool. The details on the inside is a lot better. Now, when I'm looking from one side to another, does everything else kind of blur out? So now that I'm looking to the right, is my dash display blurred out? I think in my periphery, I see it blur out. Frame rates are not awesome, you know, 78, 63, 46, but I'm not getting any visual artifacts. Oh, wow. And you could see two different boxes for one eye, for each eye. And then as I look into the distance and my eyes try to resolve into the distance, the boxes overlay on one another because my eyes are looking out to the distance. But when I look close, you can see the boxes separate,
Cars
and
and
that's
coffees.
each of the eyes looking at things up
Yes.
close. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, so let's take the boxes off the screen because I'm sure that's going to get very distracting and very annoying. But it is neat to see that it actually is working, and then that's also proof of like the 3D effect, because as I'm looking in the distance, you see the boxes are overlaying on one another.
Norman Robinson. Yes, we can see the difference from where you're looking.
Oh, wow.
Thumbs up,
Okay.
medium dark skin tone 100 points. Okay, hand medium skin tone.
I like how it tries to like really explain what the emojis are, but this is proof of the 3D effect. So you can see I'm looking at that Mercedes logo on the top of the grandstands up there. Boxes are overlaid because I'm looking out in the distance. My eyes are converging. When I'm looking close, you see the boxes are separated, and that's because my eyes are actually experiencing like something it's trying to focus on that is a closer distance to me. So that's pretty cool. That is really neat. I like that. All right, so let's take that off because that's going to be too much. Let's go to graphics. Where did I see that? There we go, VR. So if you go to display, go to VR, it's in there. Let's take show eye tracking off. That would be helpful if you could set like what monitor it shows on. Because if I'm coaching someone, I would want to make sure they're looking into the corner. And that would be extremely helpful to be able to see that they're looking into the corner and where they're looking. Everything looks a lot better. It's still not perfectly... I can see some aliasing still, and that's probably going to require me to really bump up the anti-aliasing. I think that's the stage we're at now. Zero artifacting on the screen. But what I'm experiencing from my eyes, everything looks in focus because it's tracking where my eyes are looking. Which is probably not ideal for you all. Right now we're hitting 90 frames per second. And I can adjust like the size of the cone that's in high resolution versus low resolution. I kind of feel like the draw distance to some of the text is a little bit further too. Oh yeah. Oh, there it goes again. The Pimax boundary just popped up again. Why, I'm not sure, but I could see through it. Just gonna keep driving. Hopefully it goes away. But yeah, if I could set what monitor that box shows up on, hopefully someone from iRacing is actually listening to this, which I doubt. That would greatly help a coach really see like where's the driver looking and where do we need to train that driver to look. Oh, good. So the boundary just went away. 'Cause that's a big part of racing, is really knowing where to look, where to keep your eyes. So I did turn off the NIS. Ooh, look at all that debris on the track. This looks so much better, guys. I turned off the NIS because we have the dynamic foveated rendering, and I feel like maybe I might mess with that, turn it back on. Maybe squeeze out a little bit more performance out of the setup. So it does take a little bit of like adjusting still, but from where we started to where it looks currently, this is insane. This is so much different. And the reason why I'm also kind of hesitant to really turn on like anti-aliasing up is because the panels in this headset have such a high high resolution. If we just run at native resolution, it should just look really good. The track is like shining so bright I can't even like see the track surface. It's shining bright like a diamond. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It is working really, really, really well. I'm hitting 90 right now. I didn't know what this would be like with other cars on track. This is actually really sweet, guys. I don't know what it's looking like for you all, but This is sweet. I guess the eye tracking is just working so good for me. I don't notice that everything is, you know, not being resolved at a really high rate. It just all looks super good. It's looking good.
Norman Robinson. Isn't not seeing the track surface actually what a race car driver would experience in real life? Thinking face.
So it kind of comes across as glare. So it looks like it's just glare coming off the track surface as far as like the sun goes. So I don't know if that's actually really super accurate, but it comes across as glare, whether it's like glare from the windshield or what, but the track brightness is like super bright, and that's an iRacing thing there. It's not really from the headset itself. I could adjust brightness, I could adjust color, I could adjust all that in the headset to make it look more natural. So I could probably bring the brightness down a little bit, even though I don't want to, because the rest of the track looks really good. But it's definitely glare off the track surface from the setting sun, or whatever position the sun is in currently right now. The sensation of speed is insane. Woo! I felt the rear kick out just a little bit. That's why I got right off that throttle. I was like, oh man, here we go. Oh yeah. Let's see what frame rates we get. We got someone that's only like 0.9 of a second behind us. It says 1. It doesn't say negative though, so I really don't know where the heck they are, to be honest with you. Because I know we had issues with the relative before. Now it says 2. Alright, there it goes. Oh yeah, now it's like struggling a little bit. I saw the textures kind of alias out a little bit. It went down to 40 frames per second. I think the dynamic detail kicked in, but in Pimax software. It was definitely nowhere near as smooth as it is on the rest of the track. Let's see if there's someone around here that's kind of close that we could kind of hang out with. It looks like we got a car that's about 29 seconds back. Maybe they're not moving. They might still be in pits. It's Martin Maldonado. Let's see if we could see him at all. Yeah, he's right behind us.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel.
So this is weird. I don't know if you all are seeing this relative. It's saying that cars are underneath my position, and it's showing an increased count. So I guess because like physically they are located elsewhere, right? I'm guessing. But I don't know why the count's going up, and then we have cars coming up behind us, and those are actually showing negative. I don't know. I don't like, it's kind of confusing to me. I don't know who's where. Again, the Pimax grid just showed up again. So I'm gonna have to really adjust my play area. All right, so we got a guy coming out right now. We got Jose Dorado ahead of us in the Porsche 911 GT3 Cup car, or GTE. Up, and he spun. Okay. Cold tires. Cold tires. Happens to the best of us. I think he's going to go... No, he's still coming. Once we get away from the pits, the frame rate does clear up. And again, I am live streaming and utilizing my GPU to live stream. So if I wasn't live streaming, I could probably boost everything up a little bit, or may not have issues through there. Just hanging back right behind Jose, seeing how everything works here as far as experiencing distance and scale. Frame rate is... Alright, so whenever that grid comes up, the grid just went away, my frame rate is directly impacted. As soon as it went away, everything cleared out and went to 90 again.
Norman Robinson. Time to upgrade. Grinning face with sweat.
You're probably not wrong. My wife may have something to say about that. Oh! 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 Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh man, we must not have any front tires right now, or front end.
We've got to bring it in.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my god, that actually freaked me out for a second there. There was nowhere for me to go. I mean, where do you go from there, right?
Right front, 99%. Right rear, 98.
Oh man. Woo! Alright, he already is going out. Or someone just went out.
It's clear. Push out.
Cooper, drink water. And
Your tires are full. It's gonna go heat up.
Cooper's in the Corvette. The Corvette? I have a Corvette, and I'm gonna say it is a handful. It is a little bit difficult to drive. As far as being a mid-engine car, you got to get used to it. Got to definitely get used to it for sure. Oh, he just drifted back there. What is happening? We got Jose Dorado that's about 16 seconds behind him. I'm going to make it around this turn and see if we could get Cooper to drive ahead of us a little bit. Oh! Cold tires, warm heart, cold tires! Norman, how is the stock of 5090s? Are they coming back? Like, I could actually pick one up if I wanted to? Ah! I never mess up there. Oh. Cooper's now 1.92 seconds ahead of us. See if we can catch up a little bit. Hold them in just a little bit, 1.9 seconds. Woo! Sensation and speed's insane.
Norman Robinson. Newegg has been slipping 5,090s at MSRP $1,999 for the GE Force OC version. Thinking face.
What version are they selling at MSRP? We just slid the rear off the track just a little bit. We are still holding at 1.9 seconds behind Cooper. Actually, now 2 seconds. Oh, big drift there. Oh, I just threw it in the carousel. I just set it and forget it. We just started drifting like crazy. Oh no! Ah! See my bumper right behind us. Oh no!
Okay, we're gonna need to put repairs here.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna need a truck to pick me up. Oh, that's unfortunate. I want to.
95% right here, 96.
Oh, that was a pretty big impact. I want to see the drift. It felt crazy, but it may have not have like looked anywhere near as crazy as it felt. Corvette went through nice and smooth. Yeah, it doesn't look anywhere near as crazy. Well, that was a little bit of a drift. I'm over here screaming, and it's just the rear of the car kicked out just a little bit. Let's go to the chase camera. Okay, all right. So that was a little bit crazier than it looked up there. Yeah, it was a little bit of a drift. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to. Everything is off for post-processing effects. I want to see. All the MS or anti-aliasing effects require restart. They really need a. That's the next thing they need to work on. I mean, not everything should require a restart all the time. That kind of makes it difficult, right? They'll like really make quick adjustments.
Exit's clear, stay there you are.
So actually, while we're in the pits, you know, as far as the pits really consuming a lot of data and stuff like that, we did turn off.
Set up rear at 100.
We did turn off a lot of like the upscaling settings. Let's adjust that in the PyTools software. It may require us
Norman
to also.
Robinson. Newegg has the Asus TUF at $1,999.99, but is already sold out.
Ah. Okay. All right. I'll have to just pay attention and look at them as they come up. I'm going to adjust the NIS settings or NIS settings. Set the algorithm. I have it on none right now. Let's go to. Just turned it on. So sharpness setting should be off. Let's see. Let's see how that works. So with a little bit of higher frame rate here. No, it went back down to 40s. It might require a restart. Of iRacing for that to take an effect. Let's give that a try because I really want to get this thing dialed in. And I feel like we're so close. I am absolutely right now covered in sweat. Oh, this is an awesome experience. Thank you everyone again for hanging out. This is really cool.
Norman Robinson. These and similar have been popping up on Newegg at that price.
Okay.
Just need to get on there at the right time with card in hand, winking face.
Yeah, yeah. And that's honestly what kept me away. You know, I used to really get on when products like that were releasing the day or the, you know, at midnight, 2 a.m. and trying to, and honestly with how how much energy I have now with my current career and now I'm back in school to get my master's, it's just I gotta get lucky. I gotta get lucky. I don't know. I don't know how much I can pay attention to at one time. But I'll definitely try. I'll definitely try for sure. But we're improving right now. We're getting this headset more dialed in. We're getting my PC, I should say, dialed into the headset. Not really the other way around.
Matching car and track data found in Sim Experience database. Profile modified.
So I have the NIS settings at at quality, and I gotta say it's not really looking the best right now. We're at 45 frames per second still. Let's see what happens when we hit 90 around the corner.
Exit's clear, go, go, go.
But it seems to almost like look better as your frame rate increases. It's got some visual anomalies there. I think the upscaling is actually causing that. Once I hit 85, 88, 90, now it's like everything clears up. All of a sudden, textures clear up. Not really experiencing any of the anomalies. It definitely doesn't look as sharp as it did before. Yeah, it's kind of like everything's got a smear on it, like that Goodyear. Let's see when that pops in focus. Never really fully comes in focus there. Interesting. The Michael Schumacher sign looks good. So yeah, I actually kind of don't like that setting on. I feel like it's not looking good. Let's see here. Let's try. Go to high quality. We're gonna shut the sim off. Okay. So now what I changed is we went to high quality as far as image quality, so that may make things a little bit harder to run. I did turn off NIS. I turned off the chaperone that keeps popping up. There's actually a checkbox for that to turn that off, so that's nice. We got that off. So yeah, I mean, let's see what happens. The NIS setting like kind of makes everything look a little bit like it's got some grease all over it. So I don't really like that too much, but we didn't really experience much performance increase. It was still at the same like 45 frames per second at that spot where it was having the frame rate. It may be smoother, but I don't know. Let's give it a try. But so far, I mean, yeah, the PC has been doing good. We've been streaming for a long time today. 2 hours. I mean, the last few times the PC shut off on us when we were having the hard drive issues was around the 45-minute mark. So very, very happy so far. Everything's looking good. All right. Let's jump in the car. See what this looks like. All right, so again, doesn't really look the best as far as like the text has a little bit of aliasing around it.
Matching car and track data found in Sim Experience database. Profile modified.
All right, so for a little bit there, it was holding 72 and it just dropped to 45. Now it's back to 83. Huh, okay. In car, it looks a little bit better. May have to turn the crowds down. I think that's what it's going to take. All right, we're already hit 90. We already hit 90 at that point, so it'll be interesting to see when we come around to the grandstands again if we start experiencing some frame hitching as we were before. But it's actually not doing too bad. Whoa! What am I doing? I'm just trying to use too much of the track. Why am I going off track there? I never really run into those issues. Just overdriving it with cold tires. It's got to be that I'm just getting tired and I'm making these silly mistakes because the headset's running really, really good. But my eyes don't feel fatigued as they normally do when I'm wearing a VR headset. And that's got to be that auto IPD adjustment really setting me up for success there. Still holding 90. That was crazy catching air at that spot. All right, frame rates are actually not bad, 80s. That wasn't bad at all. That was a lot better than what we've been experiencing before coming through that pit area. I'm just wondering why there's no one else on the track with us at all. We're the only ones in relative. I don't know if we went into a session by ourselves. But I think, like, if crowd seemed to be almost in a medium, I think if we put them in low or even turn them off, because I definitely still want the grandstands to be there, I think that will still enable it to feel really just really good, you know. Let's see. Let's go to graphics. Crowds are actually low. Crowds are low. Everything else is low. Sky and clouds. Let's put that to low. Performance. Yeah, I guess maybe just turn crowds off, right? I think that's like really the next logical step. And then one thing I want to do is actually bump up anti-aliasing to 4 times. Um, all right, so let's restart one more time. I just bumped up the anti-aliasing to 4 times. Let's see what that looks like. I'm kind of wondering like what. Oh yeah, there's some sessions here that no one's even in. Let's actually see what other race sessions there are. Just to jump in their practices, maybe there's a lot more cars on track. Oh, there's actually. So iRacing has a series called the iRacing GT3 Regional Tour, and then they have one for Asia, one for Americas, and one for regional Europe. That is really cool. So it's 3 different race series. It's fixed, so you have to be. It looks like it's a B license. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna try that. I do have to update WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca to actually run it. We got about a minute left of the update left to go. But if you have any questions for me about this headset, about the Pimax, definitely let me know. I am going to change the color because I just want to. That is super cool. Let's see. Let's change the color. Where was it? Customize. Got like a purple going there. See, if you put them all up, it should be white. That's definitely white. Green and blue together, you got a teal. And you could really adjust like any. There are 3 sliders for red, green, and blue, so you can really do whatever the heck you want and really create the color that you want. So yeah, let's set it green, bright green. All right, so the update is done. Let's get on track. It looks like a lot of people are on this track here practicing right now. Let's see. That is... yeah, iRacing GT3 Regional Tour Americas. Again, we'll drive. It's all fixed, so probably gonna do the Porsche. We'll do the Corvette. Team Corvette. We'll do Corvette. Yeah, it looks like there's 11 cars in the practice session right now. That'll be cool to kind of really experience that corkscrew. All right. Screens really have been doing good as far as, you know, not fogging up too much. I mean, not the screens, the lenses. They've been doing really good. This is a whole different loading screen. This is pretty cool. So I know you all can't see the loading screen, but there's a loading screen right now that I'm experiencing that shows just a monitor essentially with the front straight of WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. That is pretty cool. I know when we just drove at the Nürburgring, I was experiencing the classic screen there. All right, aliasing up to 4 times, it does look pretty crazy. And I somehow popped out the, there we go. Popped out the, actually, let me wipe this on because I touched it with my glove and now there's smears. So I made it worse by touching it. Don't touch, Crash. There we go. That's nice now. And again, I pause every time I put on the headset because it is setting the IPD dynamically. So it does look a lot better. Text looks a lot better.
Norman Robinson. Did Pimax give you an option to test the ultra-wide version with the replaceable hardware modules?
No.
Face.
No, they just sent me the, so this is the 50 PPD version. I know there's a 52, and now they're coming out with other versions of this headset. As far as like the OLED is going to be coming out, their pre-orders are open now. But this has local dimming, so even though the OLED pixels turn off, and it's supposed to, you know, when the pixels turn off, black levels are black. The dark levels of these headsets, the Crystal I really got to experience. When the local dimming works, it gets dark. It actually looks really good. And the widescreen here is actually really good. We are holding 90, guys. We are holding 90. Everything looks really good. I am at anti-aliasing at 4 times, and we are holding absolutely 90. There's an incident there. This looks incredible. In the Corvette, I got some rocks being thrown at the car. See the mother sign. Text is looking really good. Signs are looking really good. A little bit off track there. There's a lot of dirt being thrown up on the track. Gotta give it a few laps. Really get the heat in the tires. If you, oh no, oh no, oh no. Darn it! We had a good run group going. If you are thinking about this headset, I would definitely say consider the upgraded audio solution. Oh, you're kidding me.
It's clear, stay there if you want.
They're gonna hold you for a while.
Is my... So I have a preset control. Oh, there it is. I was using the wrong button on my button box for pit speed limiter. There's actually a lot of people in this practice session, which is really cool. Still at 90. We got some cars ahead of us. Oh, Corvette off track. Just like I spun out. It is a challenging car in iRacing to really kind of get grips with. Oh, knocked the cone out. Cone in the middle of the track. Oh, we're sliding. We're sliding. Interesting. This is definitely not as a forgiving car as that BMW was for sure. Right around again. Ah! Let's see, we got some cars going by. I don't want to ruin their practice. But this looks incredible, guys. Now I'm like almost tempted to really bump it up to 8 times and see what happens.
sector 1 is 1.2 seconds off the pace.
Jeez, 1.2 already in sector 1? It just doesn't turn in. It doesn't turn in that well there. Feels like I'm driving with like the wrong setup. If that makes sense. Me and that Corvette start sliding at the same time. What is happening with the Corvettes? It is synchronized sliding with the Corvettes. Definitely thinking about, if I were to do this race, definitely trying another car.
Left side. You're on the left side.
Can't make that turn. This is so weird.
You gotta watch the track.
Ah, yeah, he ended up going off again as
Sector
well.
1 is 1.2 seconds off the pace.
I went right for that sausage. You're gonna kick me off the outside again.
Sector 2 is 1.4 seconds off the pace.
The car is feeling better. Definitely took a lot of laps for the car to feel decent. I'm like nervous to push it harder, even though now it feels like it's got the grip to do so. We attack this corner the same way I normally do. Nope, front end push. Big time front end push. feel like some cars, that corner back there, you could really just let off a little bit and nail it as long as you get the car in to the apex, but this one here, I'm experiencing a lot of understeer. Woo! And around we go. All right. So what I am gonna do is I'm actually gonna bump it up. Let's bump it up to 8 times because it didn't really seem to do a whole lot. We're still getting good quality as far as frame rate goes with a lot of cars on the track. Go to 8 times. All right, we'll get out and let's get back in with a different car. Probably the Porsche. I'm kind of thinking. I think the Porsche would be a better bet. Actually, let's ask ChatGPT again. That was actually kind of fun before, and it was good. It actually worked out really well. Let's see what ChatGPT will say if I still have it up here. I don't, but let's pull it back up. Hey ChatGPT, I am running the iRacing. What is this? Let me look up the series name. I just lost it. Okay, the iRacing GT3 Regional Tour Americas series, and right now we're going to be running at the WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. What car do you recommend would be the best as far as overall balance, and even like what has I don't know, what is like the most safest car to run on track?
Sure thing. So for the iRacing GT3 Regional Tour Americas at Laguna Seca, we've got a few solid choices. Laguna Seca is pretty technical with that famous corkscrew and a lot of elevation changes. So a car that's stable on the brakes and not too twitchy is definitely a plus. A lot of people find the BMW M4 GT3 to be a really forgiving option. It's known for being pretty stable and planted. So if you want something that's a little on the safer side or not super on edge, that's a great pick. It's a good all-arounder and still competitive. If you're comfortable with a bit more of a challenge and you like a car that's a little more nimble, the Ferrari 48 GT3 can also be a strong choice. It's got good cornering ability, and once you get used to it, it can be really rewarding around Laguna Seca. But if your main goal is just a stable, confidence-inspiring ride, the BMW is probably the safest bet.
Interesting. Thank you.
You're welcome. Glad to help out. And hey, enjoy the race of Laguna Seca. I'll be a blast out there.
All right. So let's see. Don't want that. Trying to figure out exactly how to add a car to your cart with the new system they have here because it's like not allowing me to do it. There must be like a store shop. Okay. So let's go to car type. right. So right now I don't have these cars, so I'm just purchasing these cars real quick as far as the BMWs go. The M4 and the GT3. I've never driven them, obviously. I don't own them, but get these cars going here. May have to do a quick like update. There we go. Okay. Let's see how that car feels. Let's see how accurate ChatGPT is again. Because the BMW was definitely a solid choice for the Nürburgring, the Nordschleife, the combined. It was definitely a solid choice. Let's see how they do here. I see the global. So many different series now. It's like kind of hard to find what you're looking for. I should really filter it down. There it is. Okay, the Americas. Perfect. Selected car. All right, so we're loading back in right now. It's waiting for me to join the session. I don't know why it's taking a long time to actually join the session. Might be because so many people are in the practice session itself. Said there was like 42 people in the practice session. I'm gonna try another practice session. There's only 8 cars in the other one. Yeah, it immediately allowed me to join. Okay. All right, there we go. So we are joining in. Switch this back over. Let's get back in the car and let's see what this feels like. Oof, I am getting sweaty. The nice thing is the new like facial interface that they use, and they use this very similar design in the Pimax Crystal Light. It spreads out the surface tension so far that you really you don't really get too much of that VR face, and you don't really feel too many pressure points. It's really nice. Kind of encompasses most of your face there.
Matching car and track data found in sim
Oh
experience
my
database.
gosh. So we are now at
Profile
8 times MSAA, and we're at 90 frames per second. This is actually looking really good, like really sharp, compared to where we were coming from.
Okay, exit's clear, go, go, go.
We're in the BMW right now. Let's see how this actually fares. Oh, okay. Just way too much, too early. Gotta really warm up these tires. That was like being on ice. Let's try to get some heat in these tires. Jeez. Understeer city. But tires are cold. It is what it is. So this is pretty much like what I was expecting visually. This looks really good. I could read that sign from a long distance away. I can see the 3 really far away. Oh my gosh. So this is actually not not doing too well driving wise, and I think it's because of the heat in the tires is not there yet. But the interior of this car looks incredible. I can see that people behind me are having a hard time too, because even though I'm making mistakes and warming up my tires, they're still well over 20 seconds behind. Alright, we're gonna possibly meet these cars here on the pit exit.
This car exiting pits.
This looks incredible, guys. I really question this car though. Maybe once we get some heat in. I know Jesse was telling me a while ago that it sometimes takes like a few laps. I gotta adjust that mirror for sure. Got a Ferrari right behind us. Maximiliano. Oh, that felt so much better than the Corvette. Definitely trying to see if we can get some air, heat going. It is feeling better. It's starting to feel better. Just re-zeroing my position a little bit. Playing around with different zero positions. But I definitely have to move that mirror. It's like an awkward position for it. Yeah, I feel like this is a natural position for me. Look at that turn in. My gosh. That turn in was aggressive. Very little input in the car, just like hooked in. All right, so maybe AI knows what it's talking about. Interesting. Oh, yeah. Almost hurt my wrist there.
Great job, Ray. Simple one time is quick.
Right car for the specific job. Ah, too much. Too much. I thought I was just going to be able to throw it. Oh, I felt that. Oh, yeah. I'm so overconfident now with the car. I'm just like throwing it hard. We're gonna have to go in because I have no rear wing. So let's bring it into the pits. See how it does with the pit objects. I don't know if this course here is just like super optimized, but I mean, we're doing good here. Okay, so I can see the different racing teams, Ferrari.
Right here. All the damage is repairable.
Right front, 97, set. Right, 98.
Okay, go.
Yeah, so there's only one fixed setup that you could run. Where's the back of the seat? All right. We're about there. I'm kind of like, am I going through the seat? A little bit. It's a little bit harder to kind of feel like I'm a little further back. So maybe just leaning forward a little bit, zeroing and coming back. Feel like I'm in this seat. Let's adjust that mirror because that's a little, like, that's just bothering me. A little distracting. Let's see. Ooh, nice weather page now. Okay, we got a weather page. We asked the spotter for report.
No expected change in condition.
Rear camera's good. Middle mirror. I don't know if there's really too much I could do because the bars are like right in the way. Really, that rear camera is kind of what I need. But, you know, by habit, I just look up at this mirror here, and it's not really great. All right, I think that's good. Ooh, nice tire pressure, and that's all right. They made a lot of updates. Okay, let's try with this like further back seating position. It kind of feels a little off. I went too fast. I went too fast. I guess it's a little bit more accurate.
turn right.
Oh! Guy just knocked me right off the track. You are kidding me. Gonna have to go in. I got wheel damage. Can't believe he just like came up and slammed us like that.
3, 2, 1,
Right front, 99%. Right rear, 99.
But I guess all I actually have to do is change the wheels out. His optional repairs are done.
It's just that 1, 4, 5. Okay, this is clear off the left side.
Yep. It's definitely like a light switch. When the tires heat up, this car feels totally different. Oh! Ferrari must have hit the wall. Oh! You slammed that thing. Hopefully oh my gosh. Hopefully we don't have damage. I mean, we're not in a race anyway, but... much better. Okay. We missed that that sausage that time. Turned in too late. Woo!
Come on, Ray. You're second off the pace and second round.
Oh, I don't know if I hit debris or what.
Gotta watch the track.
Maybe when I shifted down and locked up the tires. Oh, we got damage. That's so awesome.
Right front, 96%.
All right.
Right rear, 96.
Woo! All right, everyone. I'm going to call it here for today. This has been an absolutely successful test of the Pimax Crystal Super. Let's get this over to our other view here. Look at this beast. I love the backlighting here. I love the eye tracking. It's something that I guess in the sim you have to turn on. There are settings to turn it on a hardware level, and then in the sim you have to turn it on. We learned that together today. We also were able to really like push our GPU and put MSAA in iRacing at 8 times and not really notice too much of a difference as far as like frame rates, which was odd, but I'll take it. And an increased clarity. We also messed with a lot of settings in here. Although you didn't see the menus, we did discuss it. That really transformed from what I was first experiencing in the headset to something that absolutely looked incredible. This headset really is amazing. That eye tracking enabled me, as far as a driver, to experience like crystal clear images in my line of sight where I'm looking. It's super responsive. It was incredible to actually see it work in real time with those dots in iRacing. And it really, to me, it looked like an absolutely crystal clear experience. I'm sure when I watch this back, it's going to look really blurry and messy wherever I wasn't looking. But it enabled me with my 4090 to run it at a really high resolution, looking really pretty, really gorgeous, really immersive, and still able to hit that 90 frames per second that we were experiencing in most of the Nordschleife, and you saw there at the Laguna Seca, WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. I would love to go back into the Nordschleife and really fine tune it further and actually see if we're experiencing the same things, especially in that pit. I think turning off crowds was really the move there. I love the grandstands. I don't really need the crowds to be there. They're 2D anyway. It doesn't really add anything to me, but I would really love to go back and experience it at nighttime too, and really see what that feels like at nighttime, because this does have 1,000 zones of local dimming, and it could really make it feel really dark. I know they just announced their OLED, but this one, the QLED, the local dimming really gets dark. At least what I experienced in the Pimax Crystal Light headset, the black levels felt black, and that had half of the amount of
Norman
local.
Robinson. You're making me consider this as a new must-have purchase. Thinking face 100 points. Okay, hand medium skin tone. My wife is going to take me out for this one.
I would
face
wait.
with sweat 100 points, rolling on the floor laughing.
Wait until I do the review, or let me test a little bit further before you do so. If you do decide to do so, later on, I'm going to put the links for my affiliate link down in the comment box. They're also down in the comment box for the unboxing video. They're already there. Definitely use that. It's going to help out the channel. It's going to help out us to try to purchase more, to review more things. I definitely, even though I am an affiliate and I do appreciate Pimax, I appreciate their customer service. And also the experiences that I've been having so far really kind of pushed me in that direction to be an affiliate of theirs. I'm not tied to them, and they're very open for me to openly talk about the headset as I choose to. I would never do that otherwise. As I said in that unboxing video, I've been contacted by companies to review things, and they said that they want the videos prior to, they want scripts and things like that. And I just kind of turn it down. I just never received the product because that's not what I'm here for, right? So I definitely appreciate them honoring my want and need to be open and honest with you all. But if you want to purchase this headset, the link is going to be down there later on. With that being said, I definitely want to test this further with other sims. Live for Speed, Assetto Corsa Competizione. As Norman said, we definitely have to go to ACC. Maybe see if we could try that different reshade on there and see how that looks as well. But it was interesting how going up to 8 times MSAA, we didn't really see a degradation in performance. And maybe that's because it's actually offloading a little bit more on my GPU. Who knows? Who knows what's going on there? We are live streaming on that same computer as well, so that is taking more resources as well. But everyone, I'm absolutely floored and excited by testing this further. I'm also happy my system didn't turn off on me and my fixes actually worked. Everything worked really well. We worked through the processes and the problems together. So if you have any additional questions, definitely leave them in the comment box below. As usual, I'm Crash, this RTA Motorsports. Stay safe, stay happy, and I'll catch you all next time.